Kim Vuga is on the latest series of Go Back to Where You Came From and is here to tell us what she's learned. Kim, thanks for joining us. Would you say you are a racist?
Oh, that's a common question, and no, I'm not. I'm definitely not a racist, and I believe that we actually need to change the term and the definition of the word. Racist to me is somebody who actually thinks that they're superior than another race. And look, I'm far from it. I believe that everybody should be equal.
So you said that you think that Australia is under attack from refugees. How exactly do you mean that? What sort of attack do you think we're under?
We're not under attack from refugees. We are under attack by terrorists. Labor has already let the terrorists in. We are seeing foiled attacks. We're seeing the likes of Maimonis. Maimonis wasn't a lone ranger, and he definitely didn't have any mental health problems. He had over 14,000 followers, and a lot of them in Australia.
You're not really in a position to judge whether or not this man had mental health issues, are you? You're not a doctor. You never met him. How do you know?
How do I know? Well, do the millions of people and the Muslims around the country and around the world, are you experienced enough to say that they've all not got mental health problems yourself?
I don't believe Muslims in general suffer from mental health problems. That's not my perspective.
I'm saying quite the opposite. I was giving you a scenario.
Right.
I'm telling you that
Okay.
How many people do you believe Australians think the same way that you do?
I feel that everyone's sick and tired and they want stuff done. I mean, we've had enough. Australia's had enough. I believe that we should be sending anybody that wants to go stand and fight alongside ISIS or Daesh as they're known. I believe we should be sending them over there with a one-way ticket and not letting them back.
You have had an opportunity that most Australians have never had, and that is thanks to the show Go Back to Where You Came From on SBS. You got to go to some of the places that refugees are coming from, and you're in some pretty confronting situations. What stood out for you? What was that like? What happened there? How did it change your thinking?
My thinking, I had my own thoughts before I went, obviously, and yeah, my thinking is that after being over there, my thoughts are stronger. My most emotional experience was actually spending some time with the Kurdish fighters. I actually felt quite guilty leaving the Kurdish fighters. I believe we need to have more boots on the ground over there. They are doing an amazing job, and their military equipment is nowhere like ours, and they're doing it tough. And
they're doing it so tough.
The war in
Kim, they're doing it so tough that a lot of them have fled and tried to make new lives for themselves in Australia. So I'm so confused as to how you can feel so much compassion and admiration for them there when they're fighting, and yet not for the people who get out of there, who flee from there.
If our country was under attack tomorrow, would you yourself go and seek a people smuggler and try and flee the country?
I might try and save my kids.
Is our country...
I might try and save my kids. Any way I could think of.
Well, you know what? I would actually stand up and fight. That is part of Australian culture. If a country's worth living in, it's worth fighting for.
Kim, I was checking out your Facebook during the week, not in a weird way, and I noticed that you're a fan of Jimmy Barnes, but he came out during the week and said he doesn't want his music played at Reclaim Australia rallies. You must be gutted.
Oh, absolutely. I think he's a disgrace to Australia. He used to be really an idol that we looked up to. I think a few people have been asking that they have their CDs and their money paid back. Anyway, you know what? I hope he's listening, because Angry Anderson's music is so much better.
You can watch Kim on Go Back to Where You Came From starting on SBS next Tuesday. In the meantime, Kim, thank you very much for joining us tonight.